Hey there everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today for a new video. I have yet another edge-to-edge shaker card to share with you all, but this time we're going to kind of change things up a little bit. We're going to make a DIY background, and I'm going to do a bit of hot foiling and ink resist with hot foil and combine everything together to create this really summery shaker card. So in today's video, I'm using new products from the Simon Says Stamp Let's Chill release. And I'm really excited about this release because it's very summery and it is very inspiring right now. So I was really looking forward to creating with this release. I have 3 of Simon Says Stamp's Positively Saturated ink colors and the new Fresh Fruit background stamp. I have it inside of my MISTI tool and I'm going to stamp it onto some white cardstock with those 3 inks. So the DIY background that I'm going to do here is we're going to start inking up the stamp in only one portion. Ink that up with grapefruit is what I did, and I'm going to stamp that down and we get this really nice vibrant color. I'm going to clean that stamp off and bring in another color. This time I'm using yellow, and we're going to overlap where we just stamped with grapefruit, and we're stamping just in the center portion of the stamp now. That's going to give me this nice overlapping of the 2 colors, and we're creating a nice striped background. Bring in that 3rd color and we'll ink up the bottom portion. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure you're going to pick ink colors that'll blend well together, because if you choose something that is opposites, like purple and yellow for instance, you're not going to get a really nice color. So pick something that's going to overlap and blend nicely together. These colors worked really well. I then splattered the background with some shimmer mist, so that way we get a nice little sparkle in the background. Adds just a nice touch. All right, so let's set that aside, let that dry, and we're going to bring in our glimmer hot foil system, some gold foil, and white cardstock. I'm going to hot foil this Doodle Daisy hot foil plate, which also comes with coordinating dies. So I'm going to run this through the coordinating Platinum 6 die cut machine. If you don't have this machine, just follow the sandwich that you would use for your hot foil machine. But here you can see we get this really beautiful foiled daisy. Looks absolutely gorgeous, but I love the fact that hot foil will resist ink. So I'm going to ink blend over top of this beautiful flower so that it can be colored. So I'm using Positively Saturated ink again here, and this time I'm using the yellow that I had used for the background stamping. I'm going to use the coordinating die to cut that flower out, which is so nice that these hot foil plates come with dies. I'll go ahead and cut that out and we have our nice floral. I'm going to pull out these Just Groovy sentiment strips here, which I love storing in Simon's clear pockets. They're perfectly sized for that. I'm choosing the sentiment that says good vibes. I'll trim this down so it's a nice size for my card. And this is going to get layered into the center portion of my card here. So right on top of the flower so that the flower is kind of coming out around it. So like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to make an edge-to-edge shaker card with this background. So I'm going to take Simon Says Stamp red line tape and cover all 4 edges of this background with tape. That way, this is going to form a nice adhesive that will hold down the plastic that's going to wrap around this background. For the plastic, I'm using some stamp packaging. It's a great way to upcycle trash, so I love the fact that I can take the plastic from my stamp packaging that I would have normally thrown away because I like to store my stamps in clear pockets. This way, I save on the trash and I get to turn this into something beautiful, so I'm all for that. I'm going to wrap that plastic around 3 sides only because, of course, we need to leave an opening so that we can fill it with sequins. So I'll go ahead and wrap that plastic around 3 sides. Open up the pocket, and then that'll allow me to fill this with some sequins. I'm pulling out 2 different mixes from Simon Says Stamp. I have them linked below in the video description, and I'm going to mix them. So I wanted some blues and teals, and I also thought some pops of orange and pink would look good. So I mixed those together, and I really like the summery color combination. It worked really well with the ink colors. And then I'll just fold that piece of plastic right around that last edge, and that closes everything up. I'm going to pop the flower on top of this shaker card, but you could have put it inside too if you wanted to. That's one of the questions I get often is, can you put stuff inside of an edge-to-edge shaker card? And you totally can. I actually have a video that I'm going to link to in the top right corner showing exactly that. All right, so I'm going to, before attaching this sentiment strip onto my card, I'm going to color the edges with a black marker so that way it looks like it's on black cardstock and actually not a white core paper. So that hides the white core really nicely. And I'll just pop that up into the center portion of my flower, which of course is centered on the card. So nice centering here. And that is gonna do it. How easy is that? But how bright and colorful and cool this background is using these new products from the Let's Chill collection from Simon Says stamp. I love this card because of how bright and fun it is, but I think the fact that it is so easy is also really appealing because you can make this card in pretty much no time at all. So I hope you were inspired by this project. If you are going to try this card and you don't have these exact products, try out the different techniques. You could totally do this background stamping technique with pretty much any other background stamp that you have. If you're interested in any of the products that I did use today, be sure to check out the links below in the video description. I have all of that listed there or over on my blog, so be sure to check that out. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will be back soon with more to share with you all, but until I see you again, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!